Hey everyone, welcome to the Shelves Have Eyes. I'm Chrissy M, and in this video of the Cherry Merry Muffin series, I'm going to introduce you guys to a prized gem in my collection, my sock-hopping sweetie apple pie, Apple Amy. See what I did there? Sweetie pie, apple pie. What? That bad? Don't judge my humor. You try coming up with something that works with apple, you crab apple. Balls. So here we have Apple Amy. And here we have Apple Amy. uh, Enter the Twilight Zone. No, you are not seeing double. I have two. It is awesome, my little twins. This one is my out-of-the-box, new-in-box apple, and this one was gifted to me in a beautiful new plastic Ziploc bag. So for this video, I think we're just going to focus on my little treasure here, my new just the way I like it apple. I mean, there's no reason for me to waste your time on the backup, Amy, right? Shh, don't be mean to the backup. She's the same as my other apple, just a tiny bit less special because she wasn't taken out of the box by me. Oh, and also, her set wasn't complete when I got her, so that's kind of straight too. So yeah, we're just going to talk about this one. Oh man, could you imagine I would make that video go on forever? Anyway, back to your shelf, you superfluous clone. Here we have my singularly stunning Apple Amy. She was released in 1988 along with the four other dolls of Wave 1. And just like all of my other dolls I've shown so far, Apple's outfit is complete. I took her out of the box myself, so nothing's missing. Here she is, folks, essentially new in box Apple Amy. I can call her that. She's been out of the box for a while, but she looks beyond fantastic. Let's see. Apple Amy is our first example of a doll that has two bows in her hair. When I introduced Wave 1, I said that all the dolls had either one or two bows in their big poofy hair, and we've looked at two dolls with single bows, so wicked. Here be the two bows. Each bow holds up a bit of her hair here and over here. There are elastics underneath to keep it neat. The bows themselves are made out of a crinkly, iridescent material that I never learned the name of. Sorry. Tell me in the comments. And it's the same scintillating material that is used for all the dolls' bows and trim on the outfits. I checked. We learned in the last video. Oh, I'm gonna check. No more mistakes. They're both just this cute pearly material, like cherry, and they don't have like the little bit of thicker fabric in the back like Chocolatte's bow and trim. Oh, but they do have this thin layer of mesh. I don't even know if we can show it. Yeah, that's like a hard thing to see. There's this thin layer of mesh on the back. It's green. Well, it's kind of yellow, but I'm going with green because apple is primarily green. It's just like cherries in the sense that she had pink mesh on the back, and so apple has green mesh on the back, but it just seems like a thin single layer. And they look like little bow ties or like bugs. No, not in a mean way. They just kind of remind me of like cartoon depictions of like firebugs. They are kind of flimsy. I'm not crazy that they don't have the same fancy ostentatious look as the single bow. I really like that the single bows are big and pretty like their hair, and these are just really small and simple. Cute though. I don't mind that the edges are curled in a bit. Oh, there's a loose string there. What the heck? But it's funny. Back up, Amy's bows actually look better. You go second hand, Amy. I thought the ties of the bow, if you can even see them, were the same off-white as Lottie's, but I'm very glad that they are, in fact, green. They are just the palest pastel green you could ever find. Still, yay. Sorry, these ties are really so short. It's kind of hard to see. If we look at the apron on her, you can see the green color of the ribbons. That's really, really nice. Very subtle, but very pretty. And they have the little sparkles popping out at you because of the tiny pearly plastic threads in them. So yeah, that's what the bow ties look like. It's just harder to show it off because those dang tiny ties. Apple's hair is gorgeous. I love her hair. Some of it is held up by the bows that we saw, and she's got the bangs that all of the other dolls have. Her hair is a beautiful dark brown color. It looks very good on her. Though her hair actually reminds me of my kitten Brewery, who like sometimes you can't tell if her fur is dark brown or black, but I think in the toy world, this is dark brown hair. This particular doll's hair is so beautiful and singular. Well, to me, because her hair is supposed to look different when she comes out of the box. I'll talk about that more later. And she came out of the box with this fabulous nonsense. It just looks like she has much longer hair than the others, and it's so neat. Its shape is just lovely. It looks like a more realistic hairstyle. Like she's not part of the Cherry Merry Muffin line, but like a fashion doll. Longer, flowier, prettier hair. I love all the other dolls' iconic permy updos, but this hair is just fantastic. It's different and striking, and that is my opinion, and that is all. Her eyes are a dark brown color. Lottie's are a bit lighter. Hers are a very lovely dark brown color, and have the little anime dots on them, so that you know that her eyes are real and shiny. They all have them, but they do not quiver with angst. Her lips and cheeks have darker paint, a darker pink paint on them than the other dolls do, because her skin is darker, so it needs to read, like stand out, right? Very pretty. And yes, her skin is obviously darker than the other dolls. Thankfully, one of the dolls from Wave 1 had a different ethnicity. It's just a gorgeous, rich brown color. I adore it. Honestly, this beautiful black doll not only makes me happy because her skin is such an exquisite color, but because it shows that they tried to give black girls representation in the 80s. That's spectacular and necessary, and that makes me smile. Yeah, the color of the plastic they chose for her skin is just stunning. It's like a caramel chocolate. I love it. Apple's outfit fits right in with the Wave's overall theme of like retro 50s or pseudo 50s diner waitress. She is ready for a sock hop, or at least to serve muffins at a sock hop. Right? The apron screams hard worker, not lackadaisical drapes. And she is very pastel, as you can see, which is the other component to Wave 1's theme. Pastel till you pass out. So, totally in sync with the rest of the dolls. Her sleeves are actually white, not like the skirt of her dress. I guess more green would have been too much. So, there's some white to sort of soften out all the intense amounts of pastel, I assume. It's very pretty with the other colors. Like the Chocolati doll, Apple has these tiny ties attached to the hem of her sleeves. These little tiny, very pale pastel green ribbons on them. Actually, they're not that pale. It's a very nice pastel green. I didn't know what they were for in the last video, and I still don't know now. These weird little tassels, but they're cute and decorative. The bodice part of the dress, is that what it's called? I never know if that's the proper term. Whatever. I want to say that it is made from the same plain pink fabric that Lottie has, like from Cherry's outfit. But I'm not going to say that because I actually don't think that's the case. No, I think they're different colored fabrics. I've said this before, but I mean it now. I'm not sure why, but I think the fabric is a weird, can you even call it pastel orange? Yeah, it's like orange. Yeah, it's a pastel orange. No, I mean, pastel orange exists. Totally. But why? Yeah, okay, so, this part of her dress, here, and the apron is made from a plain pastel orange fabric. Just going to clarify. It's pretty clear, when you compare it to the others, but yeah, why? I don't get it. I don't see pastel orange anywhere else in the way in general, so, huh. I mean, why didn't you just reuse Cherry's fabric? We're done reusing things. But you did it before. It also ties her in. Why not one more time? The colors are so close. I was actually fooled for a while, so why would you waste time sourcing a different fabric or dyeing it a different color? That is only one shade away from being the same thing. It's just a tiny step more towards the yellow. Anyways, both of my apples have it, so it's purposeful, whatever the reason is. And even Promo Apple has it too, so it's not like they discolored over time, thankfully. Oh, and here is the thin lace trim around her neck. Very pretty. And the muffin brooch. Yay, the cutest part. All of Wave 1's dolls have an adorable little muffin brooch on the front of their dress right here. And Apple's is an apple muffin with a cherry on top. No, no, it's fine. It's just Chocolate having a cherry on her muffin brooch was fine, like a Black Forest muffin, but cherry apple muffins, madness. Um, every brooch on every doll in Wave 1 has the Cherry Merry Cherry on it. Ignore me. Sometimes I just overfixate and think nonsense is funny. It's got to be an apple muffin. Green muffin paper, right muffin color. I'm done. The bottom part of the dress, which I tend to call the skirt, is a lovely pastel green color. For some reason, I would have thought the sleeves were too, but no, there's a lovely white. But yeah, it's a very, very pretty pastel green color. The fabric has these little flowers on them. Let me try and get, yeah, here, like in the back, you can really see. Has little flowers on them that are the same pastel orange color that we discussed previously. They're like tiny orange dots. I think they're supposed to be like pansies or something, like something with rounded petals. Actually, they're not really flowers. I mean, they are, but they're not like little depictions of the whole flower. They're just like the petals. See? I don't know. Can you see? They're all around the bottom of the dress in this like flowy pattern, like petals that are floating on the wind. That's actually a very nice detail. I like that. They look different in the promo Amy picture. Like the pattern is still flowery, but it's mostly white. I actually kind of prefer that look. I didn't say that. It's just fancy looking and still has the orange accents, but it's okay. Reality Amy has these simple orange petals everywhere, and they are cute. Her dress has the thicker white lace and pearly crinkle trim at the hemline here. And the trim is the same material as the bow with the like greenish mesh on the back. Goes all the way around. It's very, very pretty. See here too. And always Apple Amy's dress is fastened in the back up here with a bit of Velcro. So you can see it right there hiding behind the bow. So that's it for the dress. Yeah, so the apron that she comes with, it's on her in the box, is the same material as the bodice whatever. Up here, same confusing pastel orange, same beautiful lace and iridescent trim on it as well. It's got like a conch shell kind of beauty to it, don't you think? It's even surrounded by peachy flesh tones, but way less sandy. Here we can see the apron ties again. Same barely visible green color as the bow ties. Like, yeah, these little ties, that's very, very minty pastel. And these, no, they're definitely green, but they're a lot harder to see. They got the plastic pearliness all through it. It's so shimmery. The shimmery is gorgeous. They tie in the back here, as you can clearly see in this nice little bow. It's a very nice bow. In some other video, like the person would be cool as a cucumber and take off the apron to give you like a nice little show, but that is not me. I am sorry. I assume you are a very intelligent audience that knows how an apron works. No, I just can't take it off. Can't do it. Sorry, the OCD says no. But if you wanted to, you could. It comes off. It's not sewn on or anything, so go ahead. And last for Apple's look, you've got the adorable Mary Jane shoes. Hers are just like all the other doll's shoes, but they are green. They are a part of her feet, like part of the plastic, so they don't come off. And yeah, they're pastel green. It's a beautiful minty color. Not so much Granny Smith apple. Sorry, Amy, but it is quite stunning. Sorry, no, I am in love with this particular pastel green. I don't have any way to properly describe why, so I won't waste time, but it's a sensory thing for sure. It just makes the serotonin rise. Gorgeous. And her little Mary Jane shoes are topped like a sundae with the little decorative cherries and leaves. Sunday shoes! Oh, wait, wrong video. So this is the part where I like to bring up the doll's variations, if they have any. Apple Amy supposedly has one that we already know of because we learned in the last video with Lottie that all five, apparently, maybe, all five of the 1988 dolls in Europe were apparently sold with white underwear painted onto their bodies. Hilarious. But I can't find a picture anywhere. Sorry, guys. Wait, why am I apologizing? I'm sorry I couldn't find any upskirt shots of Apple to prove to you she has underwear. I checked all my normal sources and all over the internet and didn't find anything. Sue me. It was hilarious and indecent in theory at the time, expending all of that effort looking for such a scandalous picture. So we are going to assume that somewhere out there, beneath the pale moonlight, there are Apple Amy's with undies on them. Send me a picture if you've got one. I would be so jelly. I don't think Amy has any other variations, though. I really couldn't find anything. Forget the underwear. I couldn't find anything on Amy besides just normal descriptions of the doll. So with that, end of segment. So as you can clearly see, my Apple Amy is in excellent condition. You too previously owned Apple. I'd freak out otherwise. No, I'm thrilled. My Apple is a beautiful representation of what new inbox and like new apples look like. It is wonderful to see her like this. It is such a treat. Like I said earlier, her outfit is complete. And she only has like a tiny issue or two, so you can't get any better than this. I mentioned before that this Apple Amy is like a treasure in my collection, and she really is, and there are a couple reasons why. First off, I bet you could guess by now that this apple isn't my original Apple Amy. You'd be right if you thought otherwise, then thank you so much. I would love it if this was still my original doll, but that's not the case. I did have her when I was a kid, but not anymore. And I still have a really hard time talking about it, so go watch my tiny rant in the Cherry Merry Muffin video if you need more information. Basically, I just say that I was a ridiculous teenager who made some really bad choices and still have trouble dealing with it to this day. I wasn't the collector that I am now. Oh, I guess you could just listen to that. So the story is, I so badly wanted to have Apple back in my collection. And after I moved out of my parents' house into my first apartment, my mom got me this apple. Ziploc, Amy. I love you. It's just a fact. She looked just like this. So she hasn't changed at all. And so I was over the moon. She looked so good. But she wasn't complete. She had no accessories. This made me so grumbly. I couldn't help it. I was very appreciative though. For a long time, we were happy together. And then incoming! Like 7 years ago, my most fantastic mother got me happy new inbox, Amy. So rude. I can't remember why. Probably just because she is a saint. Love you, Mom. And I exploded with joy. Not all over Apple. No, God, no. But she's been out of the box ever since, and I have been so happy. I mean, she was so hard to find, and she was so expensive if you could find her new inbox at the time. And this one was complete with all of her accessories, and so finally I was complete. I love you! So that is why this apple is so special to me. I thought I could never have her back, and she's everything I've ever wanted. Oh, I love you too, previously owned apple. Oh, it is so dumb. The other reason that I love this particular apple Amy is because of her hair. I said I would explain. So if you look at the Mattel Archive website that I love to reference, Apple's hair is really just like the other dolls in the sense that it's supposed to come out of the box with the poofy solid block of non-existent curls. And it's just so little boxes made of ticky-tacky and they all look just the same. And this Apple Amy's hair is just like a luxurious cascade of beauty. It is so pretty. I already gushed over it, so I will stop. But it's ridiculously funny, and I love her more for it. The reason that I think her hair looks different and longer and just like so pretty is because of the box scrunch. In my other two Wave 1 doll videos, I mentioned that their hair looks spectacular, but flat, because they have like new inbox hair. Their hair's never been touched, so they have like the look of being flattened and stuck in the box. And I think her hair has been like uber squished. So much so that it has like pushed her poof all the way down and like created the illusion of longer locks and pushed her like little mini pigtails flat against her head like you didn't even know they were there. You would have to look at like other Apple in order to see like, oh look, pigtails. For some reason, it is just awesome. Look, backup Amy totally has the look, like I said, of the other dolls, and looks way more like the promo picture. Yeah, right, the one big poof. New inbox Apple is singular, and it's because of the scrunch, and I love it. I will say this about Ziploc Amy's hair, really her whole look as well. It was this beautiful when I got her. So thank you, whoever you are out there, for taking such good care of her. Like, I don't know if this apple was restored in any way, or if she belonged to an adult collector, or even if another OCD kid had her. But her hair is very neat and has a wonderful like new look to it, so that makes her really special too, even if she didn't come with her accessories or in her box. All right, so enough about my obsession with you. I was supposed to talk about your condition. Near flawless. She's been in box way longer than out of the box. Yeah, like only 7 years. And what is there to say? Oh, I will find something, I'm sure. Her flimsy but cute bows are fine. Besides this loose string that I just found while making this, and a tiny hole, like a tear, I guess that it's so small, it is not worth showing. Plus, I don't want to take a picture of it and maybe make it worse. Let's look at secondhand Amy's bows for a second. They are much better, right? Much better shape and condition, actually. Good girl. Look at that. Look at their nice and straight and full. That's not the word I want, but I just like full circles. They're very, very cute. Apple Amy's elastic bands that keep her mini ponies in place are actually black, not yellow, tan, whatever, like the others. So that is different. Probably because her hair is so dark, probably looks better. But what is the same? The brittleness! Yeah, I'm used to it, so I have nothing to say. But it's sad that they always wind up like this. Consider collectors' feelings. Make it better. No touching it. I will not touch the elastics, so it is fine. The ribbons for the bows are a bit frustrating, like Chocolatte's hair bow ties, because they are crazy short. Yeah, shorter than Lottie's, I think, and kind of loose. Like, they look fine. There's a tiny bit of, like, fraying on them. Yeah, blah. That I believe wouldn't be there if they had actually been cut right. See, I would have wanted this. I said I wasn't going to spend time on both. Liar. These are exactly what I would have liked. This is what I would have wanted. I mean, still not as long as Cherry's, but they are long, much longer than beautiful other apples. Oh, that is very nice. No fraying either. Just perfect. Ah, that's 2 for you, second place apple. The paint on her face is perfect. It's incredible. Love it. But this, what is this? Sorry, I do not mean to whine. I just do. Because I don't know what this little scratch thing is. I found it while I was staring at Miss Amy for this video, and I have no notes about it. I want to use harsh words, but that wouldn't help. Moving on is good. Moving on is good. Anything wrong with your face, secondhand apple? No? You're perfect? Have I misjudged you? No. It's okay. You're fine, my new in package princess. Besides my normal complaint about the Velcro, there seems to be no Velcro left unstained with these cows. Her outfit looks amazing. To the naked eye. No, even to me. It is in fantastic condition for being 35 years old. Do not get me wrong. But I also know all her secrets. Her perfect bow, where the apron ribbons are tied together, is the most perfectly perfect thing I have ever seen. Much better than Gently Loved Amy. But this fraying does bug me more than it should. Yeah. Her muffin brooch has no paint missing, so that's really, really good. It's adorable and aptly. But the thread that secures it to the dress is loose a little bit, so it hangs. You can kind of see that. Again, another score for backup Amy. Nice and secure. But points deducted for missing paint that I totally see. And my biggest issue with her otherwise impeccable looking outfit are the stains that are on her sleeves. I think there's one over there too. I hate stains. By now, maybe you know why. Fixing it. It's too terrifying a task for me to even attempt. I've tried with some other doll clothes, and I'm never really happy. And look how small the white fabric is and how close it is to everything else. Oh my god, if something happened, I would lose it. I am grabbing my face right now thinking about it. So no, so far none of the methods I've been advised to use make me any less anxious. So I am going to have to stare at them. I mean, ignore them. Oh, and the fabric of her sleeves are a bit discolored too. I couldn't tell until you put her next to my other apple, but it's a bit darker than hers. Very strange because my first apple has been out of the box, I assume way longer than my maybe not so perfect, but I'll never say otherwise apple. And her sleeves are her bright white. Yeah, like look at look at that. I don't even think they are stained. Wow. Wait, so Ziploc Apple has the better dress? Touche. I love you, Apple! But like I said, these are flaws that you could barely see unless I pointed them out to you. So I am really pleased nonetheless. The whole outfit is amazing. There's nothing wrong with the plastic of like her limbs, her body, and besides these tiny little spots where the paint is missing on her shoes. Actually, I don't know if it's paint missing or if they're tiny little dark dots. Either way, they annoy the heck out of me. Yeah, otherwise, her shoes are spectacular. You really have to stare at them to see what I see. I hate having good eyes. I really hope they have always been there because I have no record of them and I can fixate. The paint job is also a bit messy, nothing too terrible. Runner-up Apple has a bit of pastel on her leg here from the green paint like other shoes, so it's really no big deal. And all of these little things I've mentioned right now, they are all just me being really nitpicky. That's kind of my thing. So like I said in the beginning, feast your eyes on my like new apple, apples, and enjoy. Shall we enjoy the smell as well? Can you guess what scent Apple Amy is supposed to have? Survey says. Yay! Oh, thank heaven. Okay, she does smell. But truthfully not nearly as much as I would like. Oh, this is so silly. You have to really get your nose in there and smell her face. That is fantastic. Yep, same thing goes for Gently Loved Apple. Her face is the key. It must be the, like, scent center on the dolls, like, where they really treat the plastic because the material is so soft or so permeable. I don't know. So yeah, the scent isn't very strong. That's a huge bummer, but it is thankfully there. And it smells like cherries. No, it smells like apples. She smells like apples. And appreciatively like green apple lollipops or haichu, like really sweet. It's awesome. I think apple's actually the first one to smell more delicious than artificial and like really spot on. Wicked. I mean, yeah, she also smells like apple scented Dawn, but like without the soapiness. No, I'm telling you, she smells good. So sugar sweet. Her face is addicting. I'm gonna smell your face again. You prize jewels, you. It would be great if they both smelled stronger. I won't get too hung up on it. Promise. But yeah, my cherry doll is still the winner on that one. And she's been out of the box for the longest. Tell me why. The point is she smells wonderful, really wonderful, and smells it all. So I'm extremely happy and still incredibly proud of my not so pungent princess. Did I mention I adore you? So that's finally it for Apple and Apple. It's such a joy to have and be able to show off two really great dolls like this. They really are in fantastic condition. And I talk so much about the joy of taking her out of the box, and I don't have it. The shame. Choices, TH Chrissy, choices. Well, my first apple came to me in one of these. Ooh, the transparency. And my second apple that I did take out of the box came in one that looked like this. So she has supermodel hair, uses unique colors to the line in her outfit and paint, and smells more appetizing than a whole bushel of real Granny Smiths, plus my other dolls so far. Oh, and I have two! She really is a pastel prize gem. You guys make me so happy. I could not hug you. Oh God, the taking of that picture felt really fulfilling, but still haunts my OCD regularly. So let's just take her in for a moment. Let their amazing like newness soothe your nostalgic, needy souls. So these are Apple Amy's accessories. Every doll in Wave 1 came with the same three accessories, but in their own respective colors. See the green, definitely apples, and definitely complete. These are newer apples, like I mentioned, because Ziploc Amy didn't come with any accessories. So they all came with a comb, and all of the combs look the same. They are in the shape of a muffin, very Merry Cherry Muffin. See the leaves and cherries on top. So not an apple muffin comb. I guess because she already has apple muffin accessories, you assume that's, what they are, what they're supposed to be, that it's okay that Cherry is like dipping her hands in the accessory pot as well. It's her line. It's okay. But it is a minty. This is a minty pastel green, like her shoes and the other accessories. So like I said, that it is hers. And it's as perfect as the day it came out of the box. Lovely. Oh, well, it should be. It's never been touched, let alone used. The second it came out of the box, I was like, nope, on the shelf, in the back. Very good. So that's fantastic. Muffin time, muffin time. Oh God, these are so adorable. Look at them. I I always revolve around the muffins, it seems. I can't help it. These are like the biggest link to my childhood memories out of all of the accessories. Even more so than the dolls. Just little food, little perfect muffins. Okay, so every doll in Wave 1 came with 6 muffins that are fused together. It is one piece. For cost labor saving reasons, I assume they are hollow on the bottom. Hello down there. And they came with a tin as well. So you have a way to pretend bake your muffins. Smart. Note the minty color. Apple's muffins are apple muffins. How could you tell? Oh, they're the exact same colored plastic and shape of everyone else's besides Lottie. Check the scent. No, yes, but use your imagination. That is totally an apple muffin, kind of brown. I buy it. I think I said that about Cherry's muffins too. Right, like I said, use your imagination. They may not have apple pieces in them, but I totally see them as apple muffins. Perfectly flawless apple muffins. Not a scratch or anything on them. Marvelous. Yay. And the tin has this. Yeah, that annoying tiny black dot. Such a tiny manufacturing issue that we are going to ignore it. Nothing shall mar or harm my perfect, beautiful muffins. You are so cute. I could just eat you. And since I don't want to put this appealing accessory down, let's smell it. Apple's not the only thing in the box that was scented. Oh, that is lovely. Ooh, just appley heaven on earth. Ooh, this may smell stronger than apple. Wow, yay. Okay, yes, they smell. And so happily, pretty pungently. Ooh, that's exciting. You can even get a better idea of what apples smelled like now from the muffins. Cool. Yeah, they don't smell like plastic or soap or anything chemically like that. They just smell like apple candy. What more could you want? I can't believe there's no artificialness. I mean, yes, the apple flavor in like lollipops or jelly beans in of itself is artificial, but you don't take that in. It's just really pleasant. I'm like beside myself. This is great. And the fact that they smell more than the dolls, that's weird but pleasant. Maybe they don't smell as much as Cherry's muffins do, though. So that's another in your favorite, Cherry. That's okay. I wish they smelled a little bit stronger because they've only been out of the box for like less than a decade. That would have been nice. Well, I wish the dolls did too, for that matter. But yeah, I am super happy because their smell is still there. It smells great, and they look great too. I just really want to pick these up and never put them down. I think we're gonna end the video right now. We're going, bye. And last but not least, I should really end with the combs. We have Apple Buddy. This is Apple Amy's helper in the kitchen, slash doll, slash little anthropomorphic fruit friend, Apple Buddy. He's so cute. Oh, sorry. I have always called Apple Buddy a he, and I have no idea if that's the case. It's not like just because he doesn't have a bow that automatically makes him a boy, but yeah, my kid brain is like, no bow, and like my buddy, remember those? So yeah, I'm used to that. But like I said, bows mean nothing. You could be whatever you like, you gender neutral jug. So Apple Buddy is an apple and a jug. More accurately, a pitcher. Fascinating. Makes a bit more sense than some of the other friend accessories. You got cherries that grind and shake solids, chocolate that I assume melts when you cut the dough, a blueberry that stirs. We will get there. At least you could imagine that if you cut the core out of like an apple, you could make a bowl or a jug. Oh, buddy, I didn't mean that. Cover your ears. Yes, he is a pitcher. What's up with the air quotes? Is it because you know it's insane too, Mattel? Hollowing out poor little Apple Buddy so the gang can pour liquids of varying measurements in him? The humanity! Seriously, I'm starting to worry that there's a question of whether these little guys are being held captive in the kitchen. I want to say so badly that Apple Buddy is like Granny Smith green. Wouldn't that be appropriate? But he's not. He's the same like Andy's mint green as the rest of Apple's stuff. Makes more sense for coordination. But grr, if you're going to give Apple Buddy a unique color anyway, just add one more. It's like a shade off. Apple Buddy does not have a bow like all the others. Just a cute dark purple stem. Looks kind of blue to me in some lights. Very interesting because the color's not the pastel purple that we see in other accessories and playsets. It's a deep purple that you don't see anywhere else in the whole wave, actually. Yeah, and there's a giant hole in the front of his head. Maybe that's why there's no room for a bow. That's really fascinating. Amy has a unique pastel color in her outfit, and Buddy has this dark grape or indigo, whatever, it's dark, color that's completely absent from the rest of Wave 1 and has no bow. I kind of want to know why. Yeah, look at that pretty dark purple. It's weird. I do feel like there's a bit of blue in it too. So interesting. He's got a happy little smile on his face. He's dealing well. And Apple Buddy's arms are facing the right way. Look. No, I mentioned in both of my videos with Cherry and Chocolate that their little kitchen tool friends, as I like to call them, have their arms facing backwards and their hands are literally molded to their bums. It's kind of funny looking unless you think of them as like Sniffles from the Looney Tunes just rocking away. And I said that was all right, I guess, because I figured their arms would look kind of stubby being placed in any other position. But nope, Apple Buddy's arms are facing forward in a perfectly natural position, well, for an anthropomorphic apple, and don't look funny or stubby at all. So again, why? Are you in the middle of the Macarena? So yeah, his arms. He's got like the little sleeves that they all seem to have, and his are in this puzzling yet pretty purple that we have now discussed. And his little hands are so cute. They're like stuck up against the sides of his mouth. So doesn't it look like his face is just frozen in a state of wonder? Is it the lobotomy? On Apple's back, you will find his dorsal fin. No, I mean handle. It's easier to pick Buddy up this way so that you can pour out the contents of his skull. And Buddy's shoes are big, yellow Mary Janes with the same cherries. And Bows has all the other little friends. See, there are your bows. You do get to rock them. Apple Buddy makes me really happy. He should make us all happy. His condition is near flawless. It's so nice when you get to see old toys that like look new like this. These are his tiny issues that are so imperceptible that I don't really notice them. So he is basically perfect. That is excellent. But the paint missing from his cheek here, that bothers me. Why? It's so hard to see. Why would it make your OCD flare more than the other non-existent flaws? Because I did it. I had made a note sometime right after Amy's unboxing that said that Apple Buddy had a tiny dark stain on this cheek. I thought it was dirt or an artifact from the box, and I tried to move past it, but it really bothered me because Apple Buddy was like brand new at the time. So I tried to fix it. Terrible, terrible decision made in the heat of a fight or flight response, because even though I rubbed ever so gently on the surface with like a wash towel or, oh God, it could have been a magic eraser, that was probably, it's such a bad move. A bit of paint came off in the process. Yeah. So I stare, or purposefully try not to stare at it all the time. Sometimes it's hard for me to live with still. That was hard enough even to admit. Thank you for not being too judgmental. You guys are wonderful. But yeah, those are the only problems that I have ever found or made awful with Apple Buddy. Oh, even when my kitten Akito knocked him off of my workspace while I was doing my color comparison, Buddy survived. I checked. No damage at all, besides my feelings. Akito still has no comment to this day. Alright guys, I think that covers everything. See? You got to be a part of this after all. I'm sorry, Backup Apple. You are like my children. I love you both. I don't play favorites. It's you. You're my favorite. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for letting me share my Apple Amy's and my stories with you. My like new lovelies and I really appreciate you all and your growing support. In the next video, we will take an in-depth dive into Wave 1's Betty Berry. Please think about liking and subscribing so you'll know when the next video comes out. Good night now!